Hello to you newcomers and welcome back, my lovely subscribers, to the Galactic Armory. And that's right, I am officially in the 501st. CT 17290, reporting for duty. It's an absolute joy to be part of this organization and to be the first costume of the Coruscant Guard officer from Battlefront 2 is a dream come true of mine. If you guys remember, I started this project like over a year ago now, standing next to a mannequin of some Commander Wolf armor that I made.
So, consider this episode 0 to a multi-part video series where I construct my own clone trooper armor from scratch.
So this feels very reminiscent of that. A lot of things have changed since then. The armor has changed a lot since then. So if you guys have stuck around this entire time, I thank you. So in this video we're going to be dressing up this mannequin from the ground up, just so you guys can see all the pieces and I can kind of go over some more of the changes that I had to do to get into the 501st. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. So the first thing we're going to need to do is put this bad boy together a little bit more so we can put some of the clothes on. I figured I'd start with the bottom and work my way up. So obviously we're missing a leg here, but I want to show you guys on the back of the calf here, it's got a insert for this metal rod that's part of the base to slide into. So that's going to be what's holding the mannequin in place. We're going to have to work our armor around that. But first, let me just grab the other leg. And these should kind of interlock together. Got a lovely view right now. And boom, just like that. Now, I do have leggings that I wear with the armor underneath. And I am going to put those on the mannequin just as sort of a placeholder and to make sure that we don't see any of this pasty white underneath it. Or underneath the armor. But that's what we're going to do, is we're going to start with the thighs, then get the knees and then the shins, finally the shoes. And now I also have the belt that I wear that keeps the armor, or keeps the calves lifted up. So I will add that. So that we have something to buckle our calves into. Okay, so now that we've got the thighs in place, next up is the knees. Let's just slip up. And there's some Velcro on the back side to hold them in place. Get a better look at it. They need a little bit of adjusting, but we can do that later. Now I'm going to flip you over so that we can do the calves. These will be a little bit trickier. Luckily we've got the calves with the spoonbill heel that pops out, so that should make life pretty easy for us. So this way, this heel pops right through and we can get it around the solid foot. That's a big deal. It helps a lot with like when you are putting on the armor yourself too. So I definitely made sure to include that on my clone trooper armor. Shimmy this down a little bit, then we can turn it. I just want to be gentle with it because this stuff can snap. It is just plastic. So I think I'm going to leave the back of the calf off for now because we do have this like rectangular hole that the anchor point needs to sit into. But with the other calf, we should have no problem snapping that calf back on. Just turn this around. Excellent. And this one, you can snap the calf right up. So now that the calves are in place, we can take our buckles underneath them, underneath the knees, and slide them in. Okay, lastly, we've got the shoes. These were made by Crow Props. He does a lot of great shoes. If you guys don't know, I have massive feet. I wear size 15s, and it's almost impossible for me to find shoes. I've spent like months looking for a Darth Vader boot that would work, but he did great work on these, and they're custom fit, so they fit me very well. And he also does them in red, so perfect for what we need. They've got Velcro on the front, and then it also opens up a little bit more, so will allow plenty of legroom for us. Just tuck those underneath the calves and do the other side. Now, the boots were something I had to change from when I made the first video. They just didn't have the details that they needed, and they were a dress shoe that I painted red, so it kind of felt not real, like it wasn't working. But very happy with these shoes, and they work great. Okay, so now that the shoes are on, let's flip them upside down, and we can start on the chest, torso, and arms. Now, we've got a torso to play with. Here, let's take a look down. Beautiful. Okay. Now every clone needs to protect his groin, so we've got the groin pad in there, and the butt plate as well. There. Looking pretty good. Okay. Up next, we've got the abs. I don't remember if this was in the last video or not, but I did have to remodel and remake the abs. They had a few details that were missing. I think now we can do the belt. So along with the belt, we've got the comma. The comma is actually held in place with magnets along the ring on the inside here. Those magnetized to these binder clips. I use these as well to adjust the length of the comma so that I, made sure it was the right length. These just snap into the magnets. That should hold the comma in place. That should cover up the seam between the belt, or between the cod and the abs. So I do have the middle part somewhere. Here it is. This connects with Velcro underneath. Now I've got the two little ammo boxes. That should cover the seam between the parts. So you can barely tell that it's two different pieces. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. We've got these straps down here. These connect to the inside of the comma. I put the comma on inside out. So next I think we want to do the chest and the back. Now the back I had a hell of a time with. Some of these details, like this down here, and these, I don't know what you call them, but the files that I used, these were flipped, and the correct way is actually this way. So I had to redo the entire back. It was kind of a nightmare, but it didn't take too long because now I know what I'm doing. So we'll strap the back over and attach it to the chest. I've got buckles in the tops there, connect with the straps, and we've got some Velcro on the side. Now we're starting to look like a clone. Let's move this up a little bit, since now we're going to be working on the body, or like the torso. So we've got some arms for us. These snap in Similarly to the thighs. Kind of a tight fit because the chest is so wide. I'm gonna leave the arm raised up a little bit so it doesn't make too much tension. Same story over here. That could be a problem, but maybe we'll just have him like doing his battle command with his arm raised, like, together, brothers. I don't know how I'm gonna fit the biceps on there, but let's try. So the biceps and shoulders are connected with some elastic band, just to keep them from slipping down my arm. This one is the right arm, so we'll just slide this up. And this connects with some buckles. Not too bad. I think that's about as far down as I'm going to be able to get the arm without it like cracking the chest piece in half. Okay. Now we've got elbows. Hope that arm is thick enough to keep them in place. Now I want to put on the gloves. Now part of the reason why I bought this model mannequin in particular is because it has individual fingers. A lot of the mannequins I looked at, they had like mitten hands, and obviously you can't put a glove over mitten hands. So important that if you're going to do this, you get a mannequin with individual fingers. Now let's just see if I can slide this glove on. Ugh. I forgot to put his shirt on. Okay, now that we're back where we started, we've got the forearms. So, comp pad goes on the right arm. And finally for the arms, we've got the little hand pads. These just stick on with Velcro. It's looking pretty sharp. Okay, now before we put the helmet and the pauldron on, we've got this neck cover. Just goes all the way around. I should have probably put it on before the chest, but I am not taking all that off again. Got a baklava or balaclava. I can't remember which one. One's a dessert. One is a like head covering. I have to wear this underneath the helmet so that you don't see my neck or anything. I'll stuff that underneath the ribbed collar. Now we can start putting the pauldron pieces on. We've got this piece, it connects on the front. Just, fighting with the bicep there a little bit. We've got the back piece, this goes on the back. Now we've got the tiny pauldron shoulder and the great big pauldron shoulder. So these will stick on top of the shoulder pads. I've got some Velcro on top of there. Should just sit right there. And this one will be a little tricky because the shoulders moved. But there. Works pretty well with the arm raised. And lastly, we've got one DC-17 pistol. Don't ask me why they have two holsters but only carry one pistol. I don't know if I don't think this is going to fit inside of our hand there. It'd be cool if it did. but we'll just put it in the holster for now. Lastly, we've got this little ammo bandolier that comes up from the belt. This connects in two places. One to the chest right there, and then up to the pauldron there. Okay, last thing, obviously, we need the helmet. And I've got it sitting right over here. So here we are. So we'll just drop that right on, and it fits beautifully. Wow, I like that a lot. Let's get a full body look. I figured I'd put this like over in the corner somewhere just to scare people when they walk in the room. Unfortunately, this costume is really burdensome to wear, so I don't know how much I'll wear it. I've actually got something really exciting in the works that I'll probably wear more often than this. But this is going to be in a place of honor in my office, so it's going to a good home. Now before I wrap up, I do want to show you guys some stuff that some fans sent in. It's really cool and I think you guys are going to love it. And if you guys ever want to send me stuff to possibly be featured in a future video, I've set up a P.O. box. That information will be in the description. So here we go, guys. Have a look at this. Isn't this the coolest thing ever? This was done by one of my friends on Instagram. Be sure and leave his information in the description below. So check him out. He does miniatures like this all the time. He does all sorts of different really cool stuff. And I'm glad that I can finally show you guys this miniature because he sent it to me months ago. And I've had to keep it a secret from you guys for so long. But it is basically a 1-to-1 replica, not a 1-to-1 replica, a 1-to-6 replica of my armor. It's even got the same armor files that I used for the pauldrons and the blasters, but he just scaled them down. But he was able to use them on this figure. And I think it just looks amazing. It's even got the comma, the very similar fabric. I absolutely love it. A user also sent me this drawing of my armor. I thought it was very cool. He did very good work on it. And again, I love seeing your guys' submitted artwork or helmets, so feel free to send me photos of whatever you're working on. I love seeing it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm very excited to be part of the 501st. This was definitely my goal going into this whole thing, so to finally achieve that, it felt amazing. And I want to thank you guys for all the help that you had going into it. So until next time, don't talk to me or my son ever again.